Here's a quick Divi primer just to get you started. Let's say you want a new page and you'd like to have a sidebar. Well, building a web page is just like working in Photoshop or Illustrator. There's always 6 different ways to do it. Let me show you one of them. Let's have a new page, and when we use the Divi Builder, by default, we get a standard section. Okay? With how many columns. The question is, how many columns do you want? But if we want that sidebar, one of the easiest ways to do it is to add a specialty section. And do you want the sidebar on the left or on the right? And let's go ahead, we'll pick it on the right because that's what we were looking at. And then we can just get rid of that standard section. And now in this module on the right hand side, go ahead and click on that and add the sidebar. And finding things looks a little confusing, but if you look at this, everything's alphabetical. It's top to bottom and left to right, so that's how I become confused. I'm easily confused, but there's the sidebar. And it's already named sidebar. This really doesn't need any more explanation, and we've already got our sidebar widgets already pre-built, so we're going to get exactly what we have, and I'll show you in another video how to change up the sidebar. And then how many columns do you want? What do you want at the top of your page? And you click on that and you get to decide between 1, 2, and 3 columns. And let's pick side to side and then insert a text module. And then here we can just put title and stuff. And then for the title, we can highlight that and change this to one of the headings. And if you want, you can change the color. And remember to open this up, because by default, this bar is collapsed. Crazy. And we'll just save and exit. And we can, what is this? We can call it, the title. Just something descriptive so that you can begin to understand what's going on. And then you add a row. Don't be adding other sections because they're going to go below the sidebar. So for right now, if you want to put in 3 different things and add, say, 3 images here, well, then you just go ahead, and I'll show you the way I do it. If I'm going to add an image and I want it to open in a lightbox, and I'm not going to upload an image yet, but I want it to open in a lightbox, and I don't want it to animate. The animation slows down page loads. And then we can just leave it here. We can put the title of the image later on, but right now we can save and exit. And then I duplicate this twice, clone the module, and then just drag these over. So now this is set for me to add 3 images, and I don't have to change them all, because if I go to this last one, you'll notice that it already has open in lightbox, and as far as the animation goes, no animation. So these are ready for setting up, just dropping in 3 separate images, which will all open up in a lightbox. Remember to resize your images. No JPEGs larger than 1500 pixels. We have 100 gigabytes on our server, and if anybody's uploading Illustrator or Photoshop files, large files, you'll be hogging our available space. And if we run out of space, Scotchko has to fork out more money. Okay, then you can continue to add rows. And what do you want here? Add your modules. Play around with this, see what you get. If we preview this right now, all we're going to have is the title and our sidebar. You got it? And if you want the sidebar to be a different width, then go back, and when you insert your specialty section to start with, how wide do you want that sidebar? But if you pick a wider sidebar, you're going to be limited to only 1 or 2 columns. Get it? All right, you guys.